What's good, internet? Angry philosopher on drugs again. I may have a job interview coming up this week, which is a very rare and wondrous occasion for someone with a condition like mine. So I'm off to the barber's for a haircut and a proper beard trim. Looking on Twitter this morning, I saw an ad being passed around from a theatre company advertising for certain kinds of plays from female identifying mothers, plays identifying as LGBT+, and plays from disabled identifying people. Now, the first one of these is annoying but almost understandable. The second one's just kind of batshit stupid. And the third one is fucking infuriating. Now, the female identifying mothers. Yeah, look, I get it. The word gender is currently undergoing a bit of a cultural battle as to whether or not it should be used to describe one's physiology or one's deeply held existential sense of self. And for the record, I don't think anyone is actually denying the fact that these two things exist and are very separate things. We're just trying to work out which is the best way, which group of words best describes these things and things associated with them. So look, if you do take what I call the postmodern version of gender, then yes, it's quite possible to have female identifying mothers and male identifying mothers. It's just out of step with what I'm pretty sure most of the world believes about how the word gender should be used, etc., etc. Now, the second one is plays identifying as LGBT+ or something like that. How the fuck does a play identify as anything? As having... Now, maybe it's... well, there's a lot of traffic at this intersection. Sorry, should have thought this through a bit better, but... here comes the break. Okay, maybe the playwright identifies as having tried to put LGBTI issues into a play. But look, a play deals with certain issues or it doesn't. You don't need to use the word identify. That's just stupid. Okay. The third one that really pisses me off is the idea as plays written by people who identify as disabled. Okay, disabled is not a fucking gender in the modern sense, postmodern sense of the word. It's not something you identify as, it's something you are. I don't identify as disabled, I am disabled. I am permanently in pain and half crippled, and I wouldn't wish that on just about anybody. I'd like to say I wouldn't wish it on anybody, but I'm human, and I can think of a few people. Whatever. I think in the moment I'd say no, but I like to pretend that I'd say yes. Anyway, there's a term for people who like to walk around town wearing a military uniform, try to pass themselves off as an active serviceman or a vet, and it's called stolen valor. And I sort of understand valor is a cool thing, and some shitbag might want to go to some lengths to try and steal some of that good shit. But the equivalent here that I've heard somewhere, I don't remember where, but it's called stolen suffering. Because, look, I try to keep a positive spin on it, and I'm not really looking for a lot of sympathy, but at the end of the day, I have a lot of suffering because I'm permanently in pain. Why the fuck would anyone want to steal that? They don't want the suffering, they want the sympathy that comes from it. But look, if you're not disabled, you have no reason to identify as disabled. I've read stories about someone who wanted to cut their own legs off so they could fit with the image they had of themselves in their brain. Why the fuck would you want to make your life harder than it is? I didn't get a say in this and I want out. Don't voluntarily go in. But at the end of the day, I think we've given this self-identity way too much power. I understand the desire to have this discussion about personal identity as it relates to man, woman, etc. because, hey, I've seen some pretty effeminate dudes, I've seen some pretty masculine dudes, some very ladylike women, everything on the spectrum in between. And that's a choice about how you want to present yourself to the world. But cutting off your leg, trying to identify as having PTSD because someone said something mean to you on the internet, fuck off. Alright, I'm almost at the top of the hill. Catch you later. Bye.